Hi guys, welcome. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder and president of Generation, which is a full service PR and social media marketing agency, influencer marketing. That's Generation PR. And then the other side of Generation is the Academy. And that is comprised of training, resources, programs, community, all of the tools and training that you need to become a pitching powerhouse and launch, grow, and scale your own profitable agency. I love this topic. We're going to talk about mindfulness in your business. And we, as PR pros, know a lot about stress and overwhelm. Running an agency and managing different clients on different schedules, different projects. A lot of this leads to burnout. I've been running my business for 18 years, and I have seen firsthand how being more mindful, more present, more intentional can transform your life and transform your business. And we know that when you practice mindfulness, we'll talk about what it is, what it isn't, all that, you purposefully set your attention on the present moment and you re-center yourself. So having that ability is key when you're a busy agency owner and you feel like you're being pulled in a million directions. You are context shifting with clients. You're constantly reactive, putting fires out, responding to email, all of the things that sort of take you away from your present, your intentions, and give your attention to other people's priorities. And that is not a way to grow a business, to set goals and achieve them, to scale a business, hire the right team. It's really how you're just in survival mode. But mindfulness can completely flip the script on your day and help you focus on what's important. So we're going to talk about 7 ways that you can incorporate mindfulness into your daily life to become a stronger and more present agency owner. And it will also have a meaningful, noticeable impact in your personal life as well. So let's dive into why this is so important as a business owner. We know that overwhelm, burnout, so easy as an agency owner, and you are caught up in the daily responsibilities, the daily things fighting for your attention, and you're always thinking about work, thinking about the next thing, thinking about deadlines, thinking about following up, and you don't give yourself any time to take care of yourself, to take care of your goals, your priorities. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life. It is such a crucial way to fight that overwhelm, to give you back joy in the everyday things that you're doing and joy and purpose in your business. And I have witnessed burnout. I have witnessed and experienced burnout and joylessness when it comes to just having your business that you work so hard to build, finding success, getting paid what you're worth, having a relationship or a home, or getting to travel or do the things that you've always wanted to do that light you up, and for some reason you're feeling flat or joyless or not necessarily depressed, but just not extracting the full amount of joy that you should be feeling in your life. Mindfulness in your business is helpful for bringing you back into the present and overcoming that feeling of overwhelm and just running in place, or that you're working for 12 hours a day and you're like, what did I even do today? You get sucked into social media and you get, rather than getting lost in your work and loving what you're doing and getting into that flow state, you're constantly just this needs me and that needs me. And oh God, I got to get back to this email. And what about that proposal? I got to get to that. And the day's over, or your children come home from school and you're like, I worked for 12 hours. What did I even do? And it's not all the time. It is sometimes. Sometimes it's like a whole season of your life where you're just like, I built this business and I'm kind of not loving it right now. And I'm kind of not loving how I'm feeling. Different practices work for different people, but even dedicating just 15 minutes a day to mindfulness can transform how you feel as you run your agency. So here's how to focus on mindfulness as an agency owner. There's 7 ways. The first one is practicing gratitude as part of your daily routine. And that could be, it doesn't have to be first thing in the morning, but you can start or end each day writing down 3 things that you're grateful for. And here's the key on this one is that you want to make them specific and try to avoid repeating as much as you can. You want to try to come up with new, original things that you are grateful for. And nothing is too small. Like, I constantly am grateful for the feeling of the warmth of my coffee cup in my hands, or getting into my bed and feeling those crisp sheets. It's like very calming to me. Things like this are valid and important entries. And here's why. Okay, I could write down every day, I'm grateful for my business, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for health, I'm grateful for my home, and I really am, but that doesn't encourage you to find new things every day. And that act of looking for new things all the time forces you to be present and acknowledge the good around you, as small as it may be. The warmth of your coffee cup. Pebble ice. Are you kidding me? I freaking love our Pebble ice. That act of reminding yourself to look for new things all the time will develop a sense of presence, awareness, being in the moment. And that's what mindfulness is. Not thinking about the future or dwelling on the past or things, mistakes, or a conversation you had that maybe didn't go well. Be present. And when you start looking for the good every day, you naturally develop a more positive mindset and you become more present and mindful. So dig deep into what you're truly thankful for instead of resting and just going back and writing the same things, every day, very generally. This will allow you to feel every bit of your gratitude. So it's a little bit different than just like 3 things that I'm grateful for. It is forcing you to look every day for an interaction or a discussion or something you had that is new, so that you're constantly looking in the present moment. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, meditation. This is coming because we know this is like a standard bit of advice, but are you actually doing it? Here's how I do it. I make it really easy on myself. So meditation will help you slow down, reconnect with yourself during even the busiest of days. If you have an Apple Watch, it'll tell you to breathe, right? Just a minute of like, okay, get my breath back. You can use breathing techniques that'll bring your stress level, your cortisol levels down. It's like proven to do this. That's sometimes enough, but even just a few minutes of quiet and stillness can seriously clear your mind, and you can go outside, take a breath of fresh air, whatever it is when you're doing that, and you'll return to your desk with more clarity, a greater sense of focus, and alignment with your values. You'll be present. It's like sometimes we go all day and we're just shallow breathing and you don't even realize it. And so that's why I love the Apple Watch. Will be like, it's time to breathe. And you're like, what have I been doing for 4 hours? Not breathing? Probably shallow breathing, but you need to get those deep breaths. And so what we love about meditation is you can meditate anywhere at any time. And that's why it's such a powerful mindfulness practice. It's like anywhere you can fit in a little bit of space in your day. If it's like, I have 5 minutes before my next meeting, you can practice mindfulness and meditate. So the other thing that I really love to do is kind of combine it with beauty rituals. So I will listen to a guided meditation while I'm doing my Omnilux, which is my client, the LED red light therapy. I will sit in bed. It is a 10-minute timer. I will put on a meditation that's 10 minutes long, wear my mask, and just zen out. And there's nothing more calming and grounding than meditation while using some kind of like red light therapy, or even putting on like a mud mask or a sheet mask or under eye mask or whatever before you hop in the shower to get ready for your day. I like to kind of have it stack and combine these things so that if I do some sort of a beauty treatment that needs 10-15 minutes, I will meditate and then it's off to get ready for the day. So that's 2. Meditation, even if it's 2, 3, 5 minutes. And 3, this one is a constant reframing, refocus, but it's being present in all of your conversations. So this isn't just about listening carefully, but this is where you really focus on connecting with people as you're talking to them. And that's no matter what you're chatting about. This is where your phone is out of your hand, your eyes are on them, you're not looking around for, distractions or other people coming in the room, or what is that you're at a restaurant, what's this person getting, or what, let me look at the menu while this person's talking to me. It's 0 distractions pulling you away from the conversation that you're having with the person right in front of you. You will miss so many small moments of connection when you only pay half attention to your conversations. And I practice this with my family as well. So when my husband or my kids speak with me, I want them to see that they have my full and undivided attention. It's not always like this. But when I remind myself to be present in these conversations, I get more out of those interactions. To me, that is one of the best ways to show somebody that you care about them, is focusing on them and giving them attention, giving them that full, undivided mind energy on what they're talking about. It's like showing them, you matter to me. There's nothing on my phone that's going to distract me that's more important than what's happening right here. It shows people you respect them, and you value their opinion, and you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. It's really powerful. And whenever you talk about people that you're like, there's just something about them, they're so magnetic, or they just, like, every time I talk to them, I feel like I'm in a really good mood. Those are the kinds of people have talked about this star quality or that certain it about, like Bill Clinton and Barack Obama and Oprah. And these people have that aspect. When they're talking to you, they're completely focused on you, and they make you feel like you're the most important person in the world because they're getting your full focus and attention. And do not discount the ability to connect deeper with people when you do that. They will feel like they like you more. You're more likable when you do that. So this is really, really important for being present and having mindfulness in your business, listening to your team, listening to your clients, really, really hearing them. That will make them feel like you're looking out for them and you have their best interests in mind, and that you are caring about what they care about. Okay? So that's number 3. 4, you got to get those Z's. You got to get your sleep. Sleep is seriously important. We all know this. It's also incredibly important when it comes to mindfulness. And you need that time to rest, to recharge, to give your body and mind the time to heal themselves, to like wrap the day and get ready for what's ahead. It's incredibly important to your physical health. The worse that you sleep, the closer that you are to burnout. Let me repeat that again because it's so important. When you're having horrible sleep, you're on your way to feeling burnout, and nobody wants that. So try to get a solid 8 hours of restful, restorative sleep every night. If you don't get your 8 hours, 7 hours is good too. you need that restorative sleep. So switch your alarm to a digital clock or your smartwatch to sleep, then leave your phone in another room. Try doing that. Set up a charging station in your kitchen. It's really hard. I know it's really hard. But if you use your phone at night, there's that blue light. We know that that interrupts your normal circadian rhythm and it causes your body thinks it's daytime. If you look at your phone in the middle of the night, if you do have to use your phone, try to tuck it away an hour before bedtime. If you use your phone before bed, switch it to that dark or night mode. And you can also turn on a blue light filter, use a pair of blue light blockers. They're just blue light blocking glasses. My phone sits on my desk in my office until I wake up. The blue light before bedtime really does have an impact on your mind is like, oh, it's daytime. It's time to get up because it sort of mimics daylight. You want to pay attention to those things that affect your sleep. So if I eat too close to bedtime or I have sugar too close to bedtime, I can literally feel it coursing through my veins. It feels like before bedtime. Caffeine, watch your caffeine intake. You should have a cutoff. My cutoff is like 11 a.m. 10 if I'm having a hard time sleeping. This is another little pro tip that I think that I am a genius for coming up with this one. I am just like, this is so smart. And then I hear that it's like a thing that people do, but my husband is one of these like burrito rollers. So he'll grab the covers and just roll himself up tight, tuck it under his chin, and I'm left on the bed with nothing. I'm just like, what? And it wakes me up because he pulls on the blanket and it's like being ripped out from under me, and then I'm like up. So I got us separate comforters so that they're like, we have a California king bed. I got 2 twin extra long. They're like comforter flaps almost. Like we call them sleeping pods. I have my little pod with my blanket and he has his little pod with his blanket. Our sleep has improved exponentially because of doing this. That was really getting in the way of quality sleep, but that sort of setup with the 2 comforters, it's not the cutest, but it's not terrible. And you can pull the comforter over to cover it if you don't like the look of the 2 kind of overlapping. But we are both sleeping much, much better. So if I get up, he's not waking up. And when he swishes around, I'm not bothered by it because he's not really touching my blanket. So think about that one. If you share your bed, really focus on getting the best quality sleep, not eating before bedtime, not drinking caffeine too late, not having your phone in your room while you're sleeping. The blue light is bad. Notifications are bad. So no to that. Get yourself a standard drugstore alarm clock or one on Amazon. They're $10. Okay. So that was 4, getting your Z's. 5, step away from your desk. Step away from the desk. So you cannot be constantly connected to work and not ever feeling like you're mentally or even physically getting distance from your work, especially if you work from home. That is just going to drain your energy and focus. You have to get out of your office, disconnect from your work phone for even a short period of time every day. And that is when I do that, I call it a period of renewal. It is where you are really intentionally physically removing yourself from work, mentally giving yourself that break, just physically get that distance and get that feeling of renewal. And you'll come back to your work feeling refreshed, energized, ready to get things done. And this is what I've noticed. A lot of us PR pros, we feel guilty when we have to step away from work or when we decide to step away from work. It's as if we feel like our clients are thinking that we're not committed, we're lazy, you're on retainer, why are you going on a hike midday, or why'd you take the day off? I certainly did, especially in the beginning. I was like, I'm on retainer. They better find me and I better reply to emails when they send them because they're paying me and they need me to be responsive, like immediately. And so I have to sit here all day. And if I get up to run errands, then they're going to think I'm not committed, or that I'm lazy, or that I'm irresponsible. I need you to break that mindset right now. They're not thinking that. Leaving your desk to take care of yourself, it shows that you're committed to delivering the best service possible to your clients. You are giving yourself the mental break to regain your clarity. So don't worry about where you are, what you're doing, where you're physically sitting. You have to distance yourself mentally and physically sometimes from your desk so that you can return to that feeling of being present and mindful in your business. So maybe you want to take a 30-minute walk each day. That's really helped me. Moving your body in the fresh air, really powerful. Just, listen to some relaxing music or whatever, kind of zone out, do your deep breathing. If you have a pup, like I take Lola around the neighborhood, I listen to a podcast that really inspires me. So we come back, she passes out, and I'm just ready to go. And I learn something new every time. So that is 5. You got to step away from your desk mentally. 6 is setting goals and celebrating your progress. We know as agency owners, we're achievers. We are really driven to get results. We are always trying to over-deliver, and we want to consistently achieve our goals. One of the things that happens, maybe you've experienced this, is that a lot of people feel empty when they reach their goal, because now they're not working towards something that gives them purpose and a reason for doing and being and working so hard, because they're working towards something. When they achieve their goal, they feel really empty sometimes because they're not putting in the work and having a solid purpose. Imagine like an athlete working towards the Olympics or something, and they get there, they win gold, and like they know their time as an Olympic athlete is probably over, and they get depressed, and you're like, you just went to the Olympics and you got a gold medal. You did it. But it's like, what's my purpose now? So you have to realize that it's the journey there, the incremental progress, that is so satisfying. Celebrating the milestones on the journey, not necessarily reaching that goal, which is your destination. That's where you see the impact of your efforts and the goal bringing more meaning to your life, is noticing the journey. So try to put the focus back on the journey so that you are celebrating the steps along the way and not just the goal itself, and acknowledge those wins. Celebrate every single step forward, no matter how small. Even if it's just a little incremental something, but it did move things forward closer to a goal, that's worth acknowledging and worth celebrating. Celebrate yourself for feeling confident before a tough client meeting with as much excitement as you would celebrate if you landed a new client. I just had a really hard conversation with a client not too long ago, and I was dreading the call. I was really dreading it. It was going to be miserable. And I got myself into a confident mindset. I centered myself around the outcome that I wanted, what I wanted for them and what I wanted for me. And I ran the call in a way where I was able to deliver that outcome. But for me, what was so worth celebrating was showing up with that level of confidence, even though I knew it was going to be dreadful. So, acknowledge those small wins. And one thing that we do around here, this was super cool, is that my family and I have a gratitude jar. We have it in our kitchen. We will write wins, gratitude, accomplishment, things that we're thinking of all year long, things we're thankful for. So I'll put in things that my family has accomplished, my husband's accomplished, things I'm proud of, and we will pull them out around New Year's, usually New Year's Eve, and read through them. And it's such a great way to remember the things that you accomplished throughout the year. They don't get lost. You know, you might just remember one or two really big things, but those little things, those little moments, those things that my kids were like, oh yeah, I remember that. Or my husband was like, oh yeah, that was awesome. Or like, I am so like happy that you put that in there. I totally forgot about it. So it is a way to be grateful in the moment and then to have an opportunity to revisit later in the year. It's really powerful. So that is number 6. Celebrate your progress, not just when you reach your goal. Try to avoid that empty feeling of like, what's my purpose now? I got that. I achieved that. Okay, what's next? And you're just like, I'm kind of depressed because I don't really have a thing to work for right now. Okay. This is another great one that I think is really helpful. Okay, this is cool. Number 7 is do a reflection to set an intention. And this can be effective any time of year. You know, you don't need like a fresh year, fresh start. This is where you take a moment to reflect on the past. And you could think through the past like 6 months in your agency or the past year, a project that you and your team just completed, or your time working with a client that maybe moved on. And it also helps if you go through your calendar and you're sort of looking at the appointments and the big things you did. As you reflect, I want you to be thinking about these things. What do you want to continue doing? What do you want to take with you? What worked really well that you want to carry forward? What do you want to leave behind? What didn't work for you? What brought you down? What brought your energy down? This is where we get into a lot of discussion around clients that drain you, suck the life out of you. We're leaving that behind. You start to notice like your mood patterns. You're like, yeah, that's when I stopped working with them and I felt so much happier. Things were so much lighter and easier. I started loving my business again. I wasn't as stressed. You want to leave that behind. So you're noticing, what do I want? What is my intention? And then you think about, what do you want to improve? You know, where is there room for growth, room for improvement? Really being intentional, learning from what you've experienced, where you see there's an opportunity for growth, where you see that you had a positive transformation or something had a positive impact on you, and going to do more of that so you can double down on those experiences and that transformational opportunity that you have by recognizing things that make a big impact in your life. This is where you can be intentional so you can avoid that feeling of overwhelm. You get more time back in your day because you choose to leave behind things that are not serving you. You choose to be present in your day, thinking carefully about what you've gone through the last year and using that to plan for the future. It will help you feel more grounded, helps you feel more ready for what's next. That's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you spending time with me. I hope this helped you discover some new strategies to feel more mindful, more joy, more alive, more present in your life and your business. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.